All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live on another live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, match day today, but there's quite a lot of Chelsea news that's floating around, and I thought it's only timely that we gather together and we talk about some of these things. As I like to call this show, Let's Talk Chelsea. I think it's a perfect opportunity to hash out all these latest news that's gone around. And of course, later on tonight, we'll have the Champions League watch-along, AC Milan versus Chelsea. What a blockbuster match that's going to be, honestly. I can't wait. Very confident that we can do the job. And hopefully do the double on AC Milan. Hope you all are doing well, ladies and gentlemen. Himanshu, good to see you, my man. Mount doesn't deserve a new contract straight off the bat. Super good to see you as well, my man. Munir, Vinny, football, phenomenal. Finn, Justice, big up to you as well, my man. Keegan. I mean, look, there's a lot to talk about, so we're not going to dilly-dally around. Let's get stuck straight into this, ladies and gentlemen. Look, this is the first news that's coming up, and it's been floating around for the past few days. I really want to hear how you guys feel about this, but first let's talk about the news itself. Mason Mount starts talks over lucrative new deal as Todd Bowley's Chelsea vision takes shape. Lucrative new deal. I feel like this is going to be something monumental. It really will be something monumental. I mean, he deserves a new contract. There's no doubt about that. Mason Mount deserves a new contract. And I can never see him. I can't picture how he leaves Chelsea Football Club. That's just not going to happen. But lucrative, like, what does that mean? We need to understand the terms. We need to understand how much the wages are, which is going to be interesting to see. Chelsea have formally begun talks over Mason Mount's new contract, with several meetings having been held with the new Bowley Clear Lake regime. More on Standard Sport. Look, I haven't gone and read the article, but look, I can understand what they're talking about in this particular scenario. First of all, look, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, as I said, there's no doubt he deserves a new contract. And let's not forget the fact that Mason Mount has been Chelsea Player of the Season for the last 2 seasons in a row for Chelsea. So, yes, last season you can say maybe could have been anyone else. Maybe could have even been Thiago Silva. It could have been whoever. Like, I think Mason Mount by default kind of got that because there wasn't much competition that was going around. And overall, we didn't have a particularly great season from an individual standpoint. We still ended up coming third, which is sensational. But from an individual standpoint, I don't think anyone really stuck out. Season before that, Mason Mount actually did very, very well. The season when we won the Champions League. Now, the issue with this is, I heard there was a tweet yesterday. Simon Johnson, I think, tweeted out, Kai Havertz is on 300K a week. Kai Havertz is on 300K a week, and this is where the disparity comes into play, man. And someone like Mason Mount looks at Kai Havertz, and as much as they're great friends and whatnot, I'm pretty sure Mason Mount uses that situation in his, contract negotiation. He's probably looking at it going, I've probably done more than Kai Havertz. I should be minimum what he's earning, if not more. And this is where I have a bit of an issue with some of the wages. We need to be very careful. I mean, I love the way how Liverpool does this. Someone like Luis Diaz has come in, and he's coming on like basic wages. Someone told me it's like less than 100K. I don't know whether this is right or wrong. Live chat, let me know. But Luis Diaz in Liverpool apparently is on less than 100K. And, it all depends on your output. It all depends on, your key performance indicators, how you do well, your bonuses and all that. I feel like that's how it should be when a new player comes in, unless you're an absolute blockbuster, like you're a top-notch individual and you're going to come in and you're going to absolutely clean it apart. Unless you're something like that, I think everyone needs to. We need to have a better understanding of how we're going to do our wages for new players coming in. Someone saying Havertz is on 190k. Look, man, Simon Johnson tweeted out from the Athletic saying that he's on 300k. Now that could be on that could be with bonuses and whatnot. Havertz is not on 300k, 190k. Well, is Simon Johnson talking crap then? Like, I'm not making this up. This is Simon Johnson putting out the article. People need to learn to read articles that 300k is with bonuses. Okay, so look, what is his basic salary? 190k. And what are the bonuses? Like, is he not going to be able to hit those bonuses? Or are those bonuses achievable? I think that's the thing that we need to understand. Diaz on 56k. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, let's say Havertz is on 190k, right? Let's say Havertz is on 190k. Someone like Reece James, who ended up getting 250k in recent times, like, is Mason Mount? Where do we stand with Mason Mount? I feel like somewhere between 180 to 200k, maybe. That's probably the right space. Any more than that, you're starting, like, if he ends up getting something like Reece James level, then do you know what I mean? Like, his output, like Mason Mount's output, let's look, he's been fantastic the last couple of games, no doubt about that. But prior to that, for good solid, I'd say about 6-7 months, Mason Mount has not been that great. Reece James, on the other hand, has been blockbuster. So anything more than 200k, you'd want to see Mason Mount start putting in those efforts week in, week out. Like, I'm talking about not just goals and assists, but the entire package. But yeah, as Shubra is saying over here, 180k to 200k for Mason Mount compared to Reece. I think that's probably the right space to be. That's probably the right space to be. Okay, so that's a little bit about Mason Mount, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure the new contract is going to be done. There's no doubt about that. And look, he's Chelsea through and through. So there's no way Mason Mount's leaving. And to be honest, I don't really want him to leave anyway. Like, I think that quality, that Chelsea, in the DNA is very, very important. Timothy Cho, good thing is Mount wants to stay, so the club has power in negotiating. Fair enough. I'd give Mace 200k max, take it or leave it. Yeah, probably agree as well. Werner was on 175k with 275k with bonuses. Fair enough. You think we will keep Havertz next season? Look, it all comes down to how his performance is for this season. If he doesn't do well for this season, I don't think Havertz is going to stick around. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, this one, Fikayo Tomori. I really wanted to touch on this. Fikayo Tomori is really looking for revenge for AC Milan. I mean, rightly so. Of course, he's an AC Milan player. Obviously, he's going to look for revenge. But he's really cut. He's cut about that loss last week. It hurt him deep, to come to Stamford Bridge and get a slapping 3-0. This is what Fikayo Tomori had to say in recent times. Let's have a quick look at this. Tomori, after the match against Chelsea, I was angry and I wanted to give everything on the pitch. When I scored the goal versus Juve, that was my feeling. I wanted to cancel the performance against Chelsea, and I expressed how I felt. And I saw that, man. When he scored that goal against Juve, he let out his feelings, man. And he showed what it meant to score that goal. And it kind of felt like he was very frustrated with the Chelsea performance. And as I said, rightly so, he should be frustrated. Further goes on to say, we are here tomorrow to redeem ourselves. Against Chelsea, it wasn't the real Milan and it wasn't the reaction we wanted. We know we have to learn from this match. Look, all I'm going to say, Fikayo Tomori, get ready for another lesson, my man. Get ready for another lesson. You are about to be taught a brilliant lesson from Chelsea Football Club once again, man. I'm confident. I'm confident we're going to go to Milan and we're going to teach you guys exactly, how it feels once again. to be on the back of that 3-0 loss. Talk is cheap. Fikayo, talk is cheap. And there was I think it was the second goal where Reece James crossed that ball, and then Aubameyang came in between and tapped it in. That was poor defending from Fikayo Tomori. So look, you want to talk about redeeming yourself? Let's see what you can do, man. Let's see what you can do. I have a feeling. I think the Chelsea, the attack may have a good time again against the AC Milan defense. I mean, no disrespect to AC Milan defense at all, but I feel like we're in a good space, man. I feel like we're in a good space. Tomori ain't that guy. You're not that guy. Exactly, man. He's showing a lot of heart, man. And I feel like you're just not that guy, Tomori. You're good, but you're just not that good. I never rated Tomori, to be honest. I was more on Guéhi. Yes, Miz, Aloisi, good to see you, my man. Tomori just realized why Chelsea sold him, and it hurt. Do you know what? It does feel a little bit like that, doesn't it? That he was so desperate to do well. And the fact that it didn't go well for him at Stamford Bridge, it cut him. He wanted to, it was as if he wanted to show a masterclass, and it turned out to be a disaster class. Matthew, good to see you, my man. Big up to you as well. Is on the third attempt. Nice work. But yeah, Fikayo Tomori, we have a chance to prove that we are better than that. Fikayo Tomori wants to cancel Chelsea performance as AC Milan seek revenge. I don't know about you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I have a good feeling about this match, man. Honestly, I can't wait for the watch along. I can't wait to see each and every one of you guys. I think it's going to be a blockbuster match, and I feel like Chelsea, we are ready. We are ready. We are ready, my man. We are ready. It's going to be good. The fact that Sterling and Aubameyang got a bit of rest as well over the weekend, goes nicely for us. Shubra, it's still a mystery why Lamps didn't prefer Fick. Do you know what? Look, some of the people that I get to talk to, some of the content creators in Chelsea, they have a bit of internal connection here and there. Some of them actually told me it was because there are certain things that Frank Lampard didn't appreciate of Fikayo Tomori. Apparently, his aerial prowess, Frank didn't think Fikayo Tomori was aerially that good. And apparently that had to do with a lot of his attitude at training. Apparently he didn't train well enough. Post-training, apparently he had a lavish lifestyle, nightclubs, this, that, and the other. These were some of the things that Frank Lampard apparently didn't appreciate. The training, the nightlife outside of football. There were some deficiencies in his game. So these are some of the things that are getting said. Whether they're true or not, I don't know, but this is what people are saying. Big up, Miz. Good to see you, Machiavelli. To be frank, Lampard shaded him. Wish Mount could start scoring from the Premier League again, back like he did in 2021. My mind tells me 2-1 AC Milan, but my heart tells me 2-1 Chelsea. Man, I think it's 2-0 Chelsea, if I'm being honest. But let's see what happens. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva news. I want to see what you guys have to say about this. Over 115 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen, to 100 if we can. The more the likes, the more the channel grows. If you're here for the first time as well, subscribe. So yeah, if you enjoy the channel, enjoy what you're seeing, enjoy the interaction, smash the like button. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Thiago Silva on his Chelsea contract. The time will come to talk, and it could be time before or after the World Cup. I need to decide my contract for my family arrangements, and it's not easy. We will see what will happen. I mean, I know he's 38, and I just get the feeling maybe this might be his last season. He was just waiting around for the World Cup. It's mad how quick it's gone. Like he's been here. At the end of this season, it'll be 3 seasons. Do you know what I mean? 3 years. And how quickly those 3 years have gone. And he's been the standout defender, not just at Chelsea Football Club, but one of the standout defenders, if not the standout defender in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's some top defenders in Man City. And obviously this season, there's There's been some quality defenders of it in Liverpool in the first season of Frank Lampard when Liverpool won that. Van Dijk was sensational, obviously, but Thiago Silva was always there and thereabouts. Do you know what I mean? One of the top defenders. I wouldn't mind seeing him for one more season. Like, if he can continue on, he's going to be 39 next season. Obviously, there will come a time where he's going to hang up the boots, but I think his family is enjoying time, their life in London. His kids are loving it as well. You can see it in Instagram with all their posts. I wouldn't mind seeing Thiago Silva for one more season, like post the World Cup, next season 23, 24. Do you know what I mean? So, but at the same time, I'm not going to be surprised if he shuts up shop at the end of this. But let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys feel? Do you want to keep Thiago Silva for one more season, or would he like to stay for one more season? Or do you think it's time we start revamping? Obviously, there's conversations about Variol. We've got Koulibaly as well on a long-term contract. There's Levi Colwill. There's Ampadu. There's a lot of defenders. So, but I feel like none are in that Thiago Silva caliber. Do you know what I mean? But let's see what you guys have to say about this. Give the extension to Thiago. He's still one of the best. Yeah, undoubtedly, he's one of the best, man. Undoubtedly. It's one of those situations where Thiago, whether he can go on after this year, if he is willing, we will give him the contract. Yeah, you're right, man. Was he focused on the World Cup all along, and this is what sort of kept him going in club football, I suppose? Or is he going to have the desire to carry on after the World Cup? This is obviously will have to be his last World Cup. So we'll see. We'll see. I remember his first game against West Brom when he got rinsed. So much had changed since then. He should go another season. You're right, man. I remember, man. The 3-0 losses. Oh, no, sorry. It ended up being 3-3, but we were 3-0 behind. That was incredible, man. I've said it. I will say it again. He's staying until at least 40. What a player he could even replace Thiago Silva. What player could even replace Thiago Silva? Probably none, man. I can't see how anyone replaces him. 4 more years for Team B. Do you know what I mean? If he can just stay fit the way he is, why not? Thiago Silva must stay 1 more year at least and retire at Chelsea. Yeah, if he can get to 5 years, man, 3 seasons, another season, 4 seasons. I would love it if he can stay for 5 seasons. 5 makes it seem like, yeah, that's a good amount of time. Do you know what I mean? Would some of you guys consider him as a Chelsea legend if he just stayed for 3 seasons? Like, let's say this ends up being the last season. Would you consider him as a Chelsea legend, or does he have to do a little bit more and win a little bit more? Let me know. This is an interesting one. I feel like he understands Chelsea so well. Obviously won the Champions League, the Club World Cup. I wish he got that FA Cup under his belt twice. Didn't get it. So, yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But some of you guys are saying no. Some of you guys are saying yes. I'm thankful that he played Chelsea in his legendary career. Yeah, absolutely. Shubra is saying no, Chelsea legend, but legend of the sports for sure. Yeah, undoubtedly. 2 more seasons, I think would be good. He's already a Chelsea legend. He's saved us so many times. Cult hero and legend for me. Silva goes down as a Chelsea legend for me. Look, it's mixed. Seems like it's very, very mixed in the live chat. Okay, nearly 130 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those likes up to 100. If you're enjoying this, now we're going to talk about Aubameyang. Something strange that was going around for the past couple of days. There was a video that was floating around how Aubameyang talks about when he left Arsenal, and he was saying, Arteta can't handle, big personalities. He needs the youngsters, this, that, the other. I saw the video and I was like, man, did it need to be spread around? Now, obviously, it's not something that Aubameyang was spreading around. It's someone, got that clip and let it go. So I can't really blame Aubameyang. It's not really him coming out with those quotes. It's just someone leaked those video. But this is what Aubameyang had to say off the back of that. Where there is a video out there was recorded just after I arrived at Barcelona. There you go. So it was a while back, man. At the time, I still had a lot of bad feelings in me. Arsenal are doing great things this season, and I wish all my old guys well, just not on November 6th. Now, full focus on tomorrow. That's perfect. Look, I mean, he clarifies. He's saying that, first of all, that video was done when he just arrived at Barcelona. You know, this is good 12 months ago, or earlier this year, actually. And on top of that, you know, he also goes on to say that at the time I still had a lot of bad feelings in me in regards to Arsenal. Look, all I have to say is, Oba, just concentrate on football, do the best that you can for Chelsea Football Club. Don't get into all of these social media stuff. I know this particular video is not being spread out by Aubameyang. It's just been leaked out by someone else. But yeah, stay away from media, my man. Stay away from media. But November 6th, is that a home game or an away game? Let's have a look. Chelsea fixtures, November 6th. I'm really keen to see. That's a home game. That's a Stamford Bridge. So I can't wait. I can't wait for Aubameyang to play against his old club, Arsenal, and see how that goes down, which is going to be quite interesting to say the least. Obama blood fire shooting flames. Oba goal today. Yeah, man. Come on, against AC Milan. Come on, Aubameyang to score a goal against AC Milan again. I can't wait. To be frank, Oba was correct. You can see Arteta sold all those senior guys except a few who are his boys like Xhaka. Look, at the end of the day, I'm okay with that, man. Like, a manager needs to be the center point. Like, I don't ever want a manager to be overshadowed by a player, because that's when you'll lose all respect. That's when you'll lose all power. Arteta did what Arteta had to do in order to get him to where he is right now. So I can't even blame that situation. So yeah, Xhaka is a senior player over there. There's a lot of youngsters, no doubt about that. Willian is probably the other one that's left, possibly due to what Aubameyang is talking about. You know, big personalities in the team that Arteta. Then again, Arteta wanted Willian, so I don't know what really went down. And Willian never even opened up about that situation. Besides the fact, just saying that he just wanted out. But yeah. I mean, look, I can't really go after Arteta on this particular situation. I would say the same for Graham Potter as well. If Graham Potter is struggling with certain egos, I want those egos to be gone. Like, I need Graham Potter to stick around. These journalists are so timely when it comes to leaking news. Yeah, 100% they're timely. This is the same reason why Lamps couldn't handle the dressing room at Chelsea. Yeah, absolutely right, man. Miz, in AC Milan game, I fear Brahim Diaz. He's so creative. Not just creative, he's explosive. He is fast. The fact that he didn't start against us in the first leg, I find that very strange. I watched him against Juve. The man is electric, and he's going to be on the right side. So you got Rafael Leao on the left, him on the right. We'll have our hands full. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, a post-match gathering with Milan officials was held by Todd Bowley and Badad Eghbali at Mayfair Private Members Club Annabelle's after the game last week. Milan officials are said to have waxed lyrical about Loftus-Cheek's performance, which is fantastic. I mean, look, a couple of things I want to point out here. Look, as much as sometimes we complain, this guy, Todd Bowley, you know, get the job done. You seem to be having meals and having a good meal and inviting people to the restaurants. I like how he's going around and creating these relationships with other execs from different clubs. This is not something that Chelsea is accustomed to, or Chelsea fans are accustomed to. We've got good relationship with Brighton, and we're trying to make sure that, you know, we can negotiate certain things there. We've got a good relationship with Barcelona, even though they've screwed us few times in the summer window. But obviously we got Aubameyang from there. We sent Alonso over there. And who knows down the track, Frankie de Jong, if he's ever open, I don't know. But yeah, we're trying to create good. We've got great relationship with the Red Bull group. You know, Salzburg, Leipzig. We seem to be doing a lot of deals, which we're going to get to. Obviously, Nkunku as well. But Christopher Vivell. Obviously, we tried to get Christoph Freund. And now with Milan, we're trying to create some sort of a relationship with Milan. Obviously, heavily involved with Rafael Leao. A lot of our players are following Rafael Leao on Instagram, and so is Rafael Leao. Do you know what I mean? He's following them back on Instagram. So watch this space with that situation brewing over the next window, whether it's January. I don't think it's probably more of a summer situation. And maybe down the track, more players from AC Milan if we do see any potential talent, and we could possibly send Hakim Ziyech over there. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, look, I mean, it's so up and down with Ruben Loftus-Cheek conversation, isn't it? There are times where like, yeah, get rid of Ruben, let's revamp. But then there's times where he has performances like the ones he has been over the last couple of games at least, and then how versatile he's been. He can play in the right wing back position. He can play in the middle. Now he's playing a deeper role, very disciplined, and he's doing really well. Right now, I'd probably want to continue seeing how he plays in this position. I'm pretty sure he'll start against AC Milan. But yeah, potentially down the track, like Ruben Loftus-Cheek in Serie A, maybe in AC Milan. Right now, I don't want to. Right now, I don't want to entertain this, but it's something to think about. And I like how Todd Bowley is going around there and creating these relationships. And I'm pretty sure the new sporting director or director of football, whoever it is, will continue doing that. And we're going to touch on that very, very soon. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. Where do we draw the line, though, Miz? If a young player rises up to be the star, there's no doubt ego and mass media presence will boost their ego. Yeah, 100%. Look, but I think the manager always needs to have the command in the dressing room and in the football club. And as soon as there's a player that overshadows that, manager needs to stop that. Other players needs to support that. The club probably needs to intervene as well. Because in AC Milan, get my feed, Brahim Diaz, he's so creative. Yep, we've touched on that. Will Graham Potter face the same issues at Chelsea? Player power? I hope not. There's a picture of Bowley watching Arsenal versus Liverpool. Could be scouting Martinelli. Man, do you know what? Gabriel Martinelli, I don't know about you guys. He's probably one of the best, if not the best winger in the Premier League right now. He's fearless at the moment. He is rock and rolling. I mean, this is the Gabriel Martinelli last season or even the season before. We saw the glimpses here and there of his explosive nature, but the injuries kept on killing him. But now you can start seeing him putting the entire package together. His pace, his dribbling, his technicality, his scoring, his assisting, passing, pressing, work rate. He's turning out to be... Arsenal, they stayed patient, man. They stayed patient. And this is probably a lesson for us to stay patient on some of these players, some of our players. But yeah, man, if we can ever prize Martinelli, I highly doubt that. Highly, highly doubt that. I think he's going to stick around in Arsenal Football Club for years to come. Arsenal probably going to make him a very wealthy footballer. They're going to pay him very well. He's a gem. He's an absolute gem. You know, Arsenal Football Club got, scouted him and then got him for about £6 million or something like that, or euros, something ridiculous. But yeah, man, let's see what happens. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, player power has left the building. I hope so. Unpopular opinion, Martinelli is better than Saka. Look, man, Saka's good as well. Like, if I had a choice, I'd probably choose Martinelli, but Saka's damn good too. Saka is damn good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Jacobs, in regards to our technical director situation, This is the truth coming from Leipzig. Leipzig had to say what they had to say about Christopher Vivell. Leipzig CEO Oliver Mintzlaff. I think this is the other brother that we wanted to get from Leipzig. I'm pretty sure the CEO. We wanted to get Oliver Mintzlaff. Anyway, says Christopher Vivell was sacked because the trust was no longer there. He adds, in the end, things didn't fit, so working together no longer makes sense. So obviously, yeah, the trust no longer there. I think by then Christopher Vivell probably already started talking to Chelsea, and Mintzlaff probably start feeling that the trust is no longer there. In the end, things didn't fit, so working together no longer makes sense. Vivell has agreed to join Chelsea as a technical director. Deal will be finalized this week. We've not really talked about this in the live chat. I want to hear from you guys. Over 170, nearly 180 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button first of all. Get those likes up to 100 plus if you're enjoying this discussion. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about Christopher Vivell? What do you think about the technical director? Technical director apparently is a more of a broader sense. They don't just think about the upcoming transfer window or the one after that. They really think about 3, 4, 5 transfer windows down the line, and they are not just looking at this particular football club. With Todd Boehly talking about the multi-dimensional structure, buying other football clubs. They're going to ensure, technical director ensures that the policy, the philosophy, the transfer, the policy and the philosophy of transfers and the football club, the way we play our football is same across all of those different clubs. And it's not just for this particular club. I think sporting director only thinks about this particular club, and they're the middleman, like I suppose, the broker in between the owner and the manager. So whereas technical director, it's far more broader. It's a bigger thing. So yeah, let me know how you feel about Christopher Vivell. Obviously, he's done a fantastic job at with the Red Bull group. As you guys know, Red Bull Salzburg, Red Bull Leipzig, I think the Red Bull team in America as well. Combined, they've done a really, really good business, a really, really good operation, and create a really good organization for the Red Bull team. Leipzig and Salzburg are both in the Champions League, which is sensational. Miz, will you do a watch along today? 100%, my man. 100% will do a watch along. I'm happy we are gathering some proper footballing people, which we didn't have for some times now. 100% agreed. We really have a thing for Christopher and Nkunku as well. He seems to be key to the multi-club model. Exactly. I think this is where he's going to come in handy. Todd Boehly was at the Emirates game. Interesting. Can he give a lucrative contract to Martinelli? We'll see. We badly need technical director. Yep, 100% agreed. And this, ladies and gentlemen, look, ties in with that particular news. This is a huge one for us. If this happens, and it looks like we are probably going to wait around for this, and this is probably going to happen, this is sensational news. If we end up getting Michael Edwards down the track. Told, so this is latest from Ben Jacobs, ladies and gentlemen. This is no messing about from Ben Jacobs at all. He's very close to the ownership. As you guys remember, when the Chelsea ownership was up for grabs, Ben Jacobs, he knew the latest, man. I think he's got some internal sort of dealings with the new ownership, Todd Boehly, or whoever else internally. He seems to get these news pretty spot on. So told Michael Edwards remains intent on seeing out his break from football. Although blown away by Chelsea project and made an incredible offer, Chelsea would have to wait for him. And there is no guarantee on persuading him to join for the summer 2023 window as opposed to after it. So look, maybe he might not be around for the January one, maybe might not be around for the summer one. But after that, if he can join, if he wants to take a break for good 1 year, so be it. But if we can get him after that, I'm still up for it. Until then, the technical director with Christopher Vivell, they'll do. Chelsea are exploring a number of candidates for sporting director, including names ready to start as soon as possible, subject to any gardening leave, but they haven't entirely ruled out Edwards since his rejection was based on bad timing, not a lack of desire. This is interesting. Michael Edwards has not declined Chelsea. It's just bad timing. He likes the project, and I'm pretty sure if the time is right, he probably will take this up. A key point is Chelsea in no rush to hire, especially with Christopher Vivel's imminent arrival, and as importantly, Todd Boehly is now enjoying and very comfortable as interim sporting director. He's quite prepared. Some sources even say keen to continue in January if needed. Do you know what? Like, Todd Boehly, for the time being, he's doing okay. Like, Nkunku in the bag. He got in Graham Potter quick, going to Arsenal matches, talking to AC Milan hierarchies for Rafael Leao probably. He's planting the seed and he's very involved. So watch this space. See what's going on. Shubra's just shared a particular tweet. Let's have a look at that. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Todd doing a good job as interim sporting director. Yeah, for the time being, why not? Okay, this is from Rob RJP Journalism. Chelsea are increasing. So Rob works along with Simon Phillips, so he's got some good internal knowledge as well. Chelsea are increasingly hopeful of finding a solution with Michael Edwards to take over as sporting director in 2023. I saw this tweet yesterday. He wants his sabbatical, but he's extremely impressed with the project and has been promised significant financial backing to achieve goals. Big news. It is possible Chelsea will also look to bring in head of recruitment to work in the structure. However, the arrival of Kyle McCauley makes this a bit less likely at the moment. If the right name is available, don't rule it out. Yeah, I mean, with Kyle McCauley there, I don't really see a reason to bring in a head of recruitment anymore. It has always been a case that Chelsea are not rushing any appointments under Boehly, Clearlake. They have spent time internally reviewing club structure and looking objectively at the historical process and results. The right person is priority over the first person. Look, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we are shaping up for Michael Edwards. And for me, the future is good, man. The future is good, people. Like, if we get all of these key people, Graham Potter, Christopher Vivell, for more of a overarching perspective, that multi-dimensional structure, Michael Edwards down the track for the time being, Todd Boehly is doing a good job. We get the right personnel in January in terms of, players. Then we add on more in the summer window as well in terms of the midfield and whatnot. And we keep continuing the way we are, picking up wins, which is only going to create better morale, positivity within the fan base. It's good, man. Like, hopefully we are going to create a situation where we are going to be competing for the Premier League title. We're not going to just let AC Milan, not going to just let Man City just run away with it. Do you know what I mean? And also in the Champions League, we're going to be there. Hopefully, Todd Boehly is creating a structure that is going to be everlasting. So, good times. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up very, very soon. Because do you think Boehly does a madness with Chelsea? It could change the perspective of the American owners. I think it could, man. Look, it's early days, but so far, so good. Yes. Has he made mistakes? Of course he has. But he's learning from those mistakes. And he's trying to change it very, very quick. My only thing is some of the news that gets leaked, I feel like it's a bit too open and it's a bit too wide. If we can work on that, keep things a little bit more locked up and a little bit more secretive, and only bring that out once it is done and dusted, then I think it's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Before we go, only 12 more likes to get to 100 likes. So let's get to that 100 likes. I shall see you guys for the watch along. It's going to be a blockbuster. I want to see each and every one of you guys. I want to try and get, again, 500, 700, 800, whatever likes. Let's hit new numbers. Let's bring in as many people, have a rocking atmosphere in the live chat. And can't wait for the match. And I hope, I've got a good feeling that Chelsea's going to win. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, see ya.